Hello everyone, welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. Well, quasi-royal reading. It's really about influencers, although the influencer does still like to claim that she's a duchess. The Duchess of Sussex. Just as I finished my readings yesterday about Archie and the surfing and all of that, lo and behold, Meghan launched herself on Instagram, not American Riviera Orchard, oh no, all forgotten, her own Instagram account. And it's been climbing steadily, the number of followers ever since. And it has a rather strange video that has launched it, black and white thing, of course, allegedly filmed by Harry. We're going to have a look at that in the next reading, of her skipping about on the beach, a foggy day on the beach, and she's writing 2025 and giggling like a schoolgirl, all meant to be very informal and impromptu and unrehearsed, except for the fact that there is another 2025 that's been half erased by the tide, and a giant hoof print on the sand right where she's writing 2025. And no, not her hoof print, although many have commented about the size of those hooves. So it has been received with some surprise and also glee. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. She's back seemingly to the world that she knows best, the world of the influencer. She's gone from influencer to duchess and back again to influencer. She's back on social media, although she's criticized social media relentlessly for the past many years and claimed that she's not on social media. She never looks at it, and it's a place of online bullying. So there's many things to unpack about all of this. Harry's role, Harry's approval or disapproval, the kids. Is she going to merch the kids? Is she going to merch Invictus Games? Many things. Why is she doing this? Is she broke? Has William Morris Endeavour given up on her? Has Netflix given up on her? All that kind of stuff. So much. But for now, we're going to just do a Celtic cross and get a lay of the land, basically, with this. Her new venture, her Meghan rebrand number 3, according to the Daily Mail, and then they gleefully remind us of all the flops of last year. The podcast that failed, the lifestyle launch brand that failed to launch, the Netflix series Polo, that was an absolute flop. And so this, it looks pretty desperate, but she's claiming, or her people are claiming, that she could get $1 million a post. So there's big bucks to be had as an influencer still in this day and age, and particularly maybe if she shows some of those Invisi kids finally. Mystic Mondays Tarot, I've rambled enough, haven't used these cards for a long time, but they're very shiny. They're very Instagrammy, I think. And so we're going to use them. As I said, I'm going to do a Celtic cross. I'm going to look at it from Meghan's point of view right now and just see what's going on generally with her, as many questions, finer details to figure out in coming days. We'll, I'm sure, have plenty of time to look at all of that. Who knew that this was going to kick off 2025? And I will look at Harry in the next reading. So in case you're wondering who was behind that camera when Meghan was in front of it, giggling and writing in the sand. Footprints in the sand. I think we'll go with that as our title of this one. And let's remind you that this is just tarot, and it's for fun and entertainment, and it is all my opinion, and it's all speculation. The Grifter card showing itself 8 of Pentacles in reverse. And I just read energy here, of course, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. I think we're almost ready to go. I need to just shuffle one more time. And yeah, please read the disclaimer and please do your own research. And I won't tell you to follow or not follow. I go and peek every now and then. The numbers are climbing steadily but not brilliantly. I don't know if she'll get to her million within 24 hours. I'm sure she's got some kind of a goal. It's ticking over. One could suspect that there's a little help from her friends, maybe in Nigeria or India or somewhere like that. And we'll figure all of that out at some stage. But for now, Celtic cross, what's going on? Megan's point of view. Is this going to be a moment of glory for her or not? We've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. That's such an interesting card because it's the get out of jail card. Liberation after being trapped by your own words, your own view, your own version of events even. And of course she got herself trapped by saying that social media was evil and she would never touch it. And she of course spent a lot of time on Instagram when she was a working royal, and then tried very desperately to get that Sussex royal account transferred and all the followers transferred. They wouldn't let her. The Queen of course said, no more Sussex royal for you, you aren't royal. And many speculate that those bots weren't real, and so she had problems, the Eight of Swords, and she's finally freed herself from it. She's finally, I think, just thought, oh well, I'm just going to do it, and to hell with all the naysayers and all the things they're going to quote and say, but you said oh well, who cares, we'll just pretend none of that happened. Eight of Swords in reverse. And so let's see Madame herself, the situation we are dealing with today. We're dealing with the Queen of Swords. That's her on social media, coming back in a big way, back onto a platform she's very familiar with, and launched herself the first time around on, really. And that's Queen of Swords. That's this strategic energy. It's her being very decisive. This is her goal. This is where she wants to go. Doesn't care about being called out, being accused of being a hypocrite. Maybe he's not seemingly that embarrassed about the fact that she's gone so far up in the world and now to an outsider has come so far down in the world. This is her, it's her strategy, this is her new path, and she's going to stick to it. It's all her clever idea. I'm not seeing William Morris and Deborah's energy in there. Just saying, this is Megan. This is Megan rebranding herself, Megan 3. As the Daily Mail is calling her. As I say, they're having a marvelous time today, the Daily Mail. So let's see what her challenge is, this Queen of Swords. What is her problem? Is the King of... Ooh, that's Harry's energy. Ha ha ha. Well, I usually read it as Harry. We'll get confirmation in the next reading. We're going to really ask some questions from his point of view. But that's him, mainly. Of course, the King of Pentacles is a businessman, somebody who's very good at money, making money, very stable, very successful person, very solid person. You would never say that that's Harry, would you? But of course, he is an earth sign. He does like to elevate himself to King of Pentacles status. And of course, King of Pentacles is husband energy, really. And so that's him. He's the problem. Deals as well, getting deals might be a problem. People dealing with strong male figures, CEOs. There was never really any speculation or talks that she might hire a female CEO for American Riviera Orchard. The implication was that it was a male CEO she was looking for. Rumours from Neil Sean, she was looking at Edward Enninful for a while. I meant to test that at some stage, but this has taken charge of all the other readings. Has stormed ahead. So, okay, mostly Harry as the problem, but also, is there anyone out there who's going to give her anything to merch? Make deals with her. Let's look at the root of this. The real reason she's doing this. Is it because she just loves Instagram and is desperate to be an influencer again and that's all she ever wanted? Or is it because she has nothing else and she's broke, as many people are speculating? What's really going on? And we got the Nine of Wands. She's on her last here. She's battered and bruised. She's really struggling. She's taken, received blow after blow after blow, with all the criticism, with all the failures, as the Daily Mail kindly itemized for us. As I say, they are having a joyful day. They are in conflict with Harry. I think still there is a court case lurking around somewhere. So they play a kind of a strategic game, and one half is praising the Sussexes to the heaven, and the other half is knocking them down as much as possible. It's quite bizarre, but we can see that she's in trouble. 9 of Wands. That's the wounded warrior energy. That's somebody who's criticized relentlessly, who's really looking bad. I mean, that Hollywood Reporter takedown of her, the bullying, the demon in high heels, Dutch is difficult, all of that stuff. How do you come back from that? And then, of course, the giant flop, that is Polo, when you've insisted that you want to have your name in Bright Lights as executive producer. Big trouble for her, big trouble, and not much left on the table for her to mess up. She's pretty much messed it all up, and that is my personal opinion, of course. What's her goal with this? What's she hoping to achieve with it? 6 of Swords, she wants to put all this criticism and negativity behind her, and so she's gone onto social media and switched off the comments. She's going to have to put the comments back on if she wants to engage with people and do the level of merching that she wants to do, seemingly. But this is a move away from a situation that she finds intolerable. I would say the particular situation is American Riviera Orchard, which has been the most spectacular flop, launched, in my opinion, out of spite and bile to take advantage of the fact that the Princess of Wales was out of the public eye, suffering from, as we discovered eventually, suffering from cancer. Meghan launched American Riviera Orchard without any business plan, any product, any idea of where she was heading with it. That's all my opinion. And needs to put that behind her. Big mess with the trademark, still unresolved. Netflix kicking its heels, waiting for all of this to be resolved so it can stream her cooking show. She needs to move away from it. She needs to put a lot of clear water between herself and the big flop that was 2024. So tell us past energy, whatever universe thinks we need to know about the past and Meghan and this Instagram account. We've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. It's also Harry energy, I have to say. Interesting that Harry is showing up twice here. That's past energy. This is somebody who's not the steadiest person. It's player energy. In a regular tarot reading, the Knight of Wands in reverse has got very bad rep as the player kind of an energy. That's someone who blows in and out, blows hot and cold, loves them and leaves them, doesn't stick around, doesn't commit, gets you all excited, and then he's gone. That's that kind of energy. So 2 levels with this. Harry, first of all, Harry might have just disappeared. And well, where is he? Allegedly behind the camera for this little funny black and white video. We'll find out in the next reading. But it's also maybe her own energy with that Knight of Wands, because Wands are very Netflix. They're very theatre and drama, and I can't think of the word now, but entertainment, that's the word, entertainment. And in reverse, she herself is the one who was very volatile, hard to pin down, didn't see anything through, didn't stick with anything, promised things, didn't deliver. Knight of Wands, her energy as well. Both of them. Took them an eternity to crank that Netflix docu out, the one about, dissing the royal family. And then there was nothing. There was the thing that they bought, the Live to Lead thing, the Invictus one, which nobody really bothered with. And then nothing. Polo came out, limped out eventually. They're not even in it. So I think it's them and Netflix and the big giant flop, both of them. But I think at a personal level as well, Harry possibly has done a disappearing act. He might have done a disappearing act with the codes to the joint bank account. Just maybe. Many people speculate that there's an offshore account sitting perhaps possibly in Doria's name somewhere. Where's Doria? I'm being snarky, of course. I'm having a laugh. This is tarot for fun and entertainment, and I'm just messing around. What is coming towards her? The bots, well, the followers are going up. Oops, I misspoke. Sorry about that. The followers are chugging up slowly but steadily. What's coming? What are we going to see? What's happening? Anything? Oh dear. Can it end as quickly as that? Ten of Swords? Really? What I suspect that energy of the Ten of Swords is about is that this ridicule is going to get to her. There are people saying very unkind things, for instance, about the giant feet and body shaming that's going on. The giant feet is body shaming, admittedly. There are unkind things said about how not spontaneous it was, unkind things said about the followers, unkind things said about what she's actually going to be doing and how she's flopped with everything else, as I have already said. But generally, the biggest disaster for her might be just not reaching her goal. She must have a target in mind, a 24-hour target. At least 1 million new followers to hit that mark within 24 hours. I suspect a lot is riding on that kind of obvious success because of that King of Pentacles in reverse. If Harry has disappeared, taken the codes to the bank account and the credit cards, cut them up, whatever, and there's the King of Pentacles in reverse. But also, so that's a money problem. Maybe supporting the growth of this Instagram account, cough, cough. But also, if Kings of Pentacles are hanging around waiting to see how well she's doing before giving her deals, merching types of deals, if she doesn't hit those targets, what's going to happen? She's not very good at hitting targets. The only target she hit bullseye was Harry. And many people suspected that she was actually aiming for Big Brother and landed Little Brother. That, of course, is straying into other territory completely, but that's not a very encouraging energy for Megan, Ten of Swords. I don't think it means she's going to have to shutter this account after 24 hours and pretend it never happened and she was hacked and it wasn't her. But it's not off to the greatest start. Let's just put it like that. How does she view herself? Is she thrilled with this? Does she think she's magnificent? That this is the apex point of her life? Being an influencer with her, when I was looking, it was 817,000 followers. I think that was the number. Is this her dream life, or is she mortified that it's come to this? She's mortified that it's come to this Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Can't believe her bad luck and how everything has gone against her. And as someone, I think it was Kinsey Schofield, pointed out, that within almost seconds of her launching this thing on Instagram, terrible, terrible story unfolded in the United States, which if anyone was paying any attention to Meghan Markle, they very quickly were drawn into that awful story. In fact, 2 awful stories. Attacks in the United States, terrible, terrible stories. And so it's this idea of whatever I do, something happens. I move to America, I escape Canada just in time, move to California and lockdown, and so on. I'm sure she's got a long list of things that she can't believe happened, that they went with a half in, half out thing and had their manifesto already, and then boom, Queen said nope, and you can't be Sussex Royal, and they'd spent loads of money on all of that stuff, branding themselves and the rest of it, gone. It happens over and over and over. The gods are against her and she sees it. I don't know how she tries to deal with it, interesting question, but Wheel of Fortune in reverse, she feels very hard done by. She's not happy about having to do this. Really not. And we're confirming energy here. we really, apart from this Queen of Swords, this cold kind of ruthless energy that the Queen of Swords has about it, I've just got terrible cards on the tarot table. I've got the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Nine of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Ten of Swords, one of the worst. So she's trying to get herself out of a pickle that she's got herself into, but so far it's not going very well. What pressure is she under? She's under a load of pressure already. And the cards that I've got, Six of Pentacles in reverse. It's a money card. It's about sharing. It's about it's about achieving some sort of balance and harmony, really. You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. That kind of energy in the Six of Pentacles. It's about charity as well. So she could be under pressure because people say, well, you're merching now. And you're supposed to be this humanitarian, and you set up Archie well, and it was supposed to be a charity, and it was supposed to do all these good deeds. And what's happened to that? Now you're merching, and possibly even you're going to merch your kids. How does that go? It's hypocrisy in here with the Six of Pentacles in reverse, that it just doesn't look good. It is very hard to balance this, to make this make sense for people. That's the main energy. There is minor energy in there, but I think it's more the hypocrisy aspect of the Six of Pentacles in reverse that is something that she's going to have to deal with. I think she thinks she can just trample over it and sort of kick it away, and we won't notice it. But we're not that dumb. We're good at noticing things by now. There are people who spend all their time, just about, seems to me, noticing things that she does and unpicking it and calling her out on stuff. Interesting in itself. So her hopes and fears right now. Princess of Wands, she's hoping she's going to be able to spin this. It's good news, it's good vibes, new adventure, exciting. She's hoping she gets lots of followers. And she's hoping that it gets picked up in the press and people are excited, more than just the squaddies who are beyond excited. They're delirious with joy at this point. She's hoping it's picked up, it gets written about well. There's little magazine articles. It's probably interviews lined up. She's probably going to appear on some chat show or something like that and try and push it, try and promote it. She's hoping that it's going to go well, and she's not going to be there's not going to be booing and hissing and stuff like that. There's already booing and hissing in comments, on social media, in the press, all of that stuff. And I keep being drawn to this Ten of Swords, which really is painful to look at. How's it going to go? Is this going to be brilliant after a bit of a rough start, seemingly? Is it going to be the thing that makes her billions that she's been trying to do ever since she met Harry, wherever she met him? Cough, cough. How's it going to go? I've got the Princess of Swords. Not brilliant. It's the Page of Swords. Princess of Swords is a card of almost self-defense. It's about strategy, it's about research, it's very much about social media. It's become one of the cards for representing social media in tarot. The Princess of Swords. She's going to have her work cut out, keeping ahead of negativity, of criticism, of that Ten of Swords energy. This is not a big payday. This is not millions per post. This is not buying her a private island in the Caribbean kind of money at all. It's more that she's down in their I'm getting an idea of like the stock exchange, where those people are all in that pit, all kind of fighting and shouting. It's that kind of energy of just being jostled and jostling, and it's coming through in this Nine of Wands as well, of really having to try and elbow other people out of the way. It's an overtraded space, and it is a bit passé, Instagram now. and she's maybe left it too late to actually try and launch herself, but she's got her work cut out. She's going to have to fight, she's going to have to strategize, she's going to have to deal with criticism. It looks, because the card is upright, it looks as if she will manage, but it's not going to be easy, it's not going to be comfortable, it's not going to be a brilliant success. She might end up having to really spend a lot of time defending herself, justifying what she's doing, deleting comments, criticism and stuff like that, and really working a lot harder than she, I think, is used to working, because one of the aspects of the Princess of Swords is research, doing your homework. Not her strong point. And we know it's not, because of the trademark applications that people haven't even signed. The delinquency drama that Archibald went through, not her fine point. And she's got some learning to do in that energy. So this isn't a guaranteed success at all, especially not with the Ten of Swords there. I think she's going to be facing a barrage of criticism, much more than she expected. I think she's still quite deluded about how popular she is. And I think particularly if she reveals the children on this Instagram account. I'm going to look at that story in the next reading. Thank you for watching this one, and I hope to see you over there.